Glenmore, Trenear-Harvey, a British intelligence analyst. Mr. Trenear-Harvey, very warm welcome to the programme. Do you think this spy deserves, this American spy deserves all the ridicule he's getting from the media?
No, not at all. The whole thing is that spying continues on both sides without any let-up whatsoever. We saw, as your correspondent from Washington talked about, the case of the Moscow rock, and at every time there's deniability. What this is not so much a failure by the CIA, and there's unquestionably this CIA officer operating as a third political secretary, his cover at the US Embassy. He wasn't particularly effective. It is a great success for the FSB, the Russian domestic security service. Their counter-surveillance, their counterintelligence has been shown yet again to be remarkably effective. What Foley failed to do is follow a set of rules which the CIA have always had. It's called the Moscow rules. It requires that you vary the pattern of your behavior. You're constantly alert to what is happening. I don't know enough about the young man in question, but it seems to me he was a little bit of a tyro. He would have been a Russian-speaking intelligence officer assigned to the Moscow station of the CIA. The paraphernalia he had, the wig, which the media makes great fun of, it's not so foolish after all. You know, you're trying to disguise your appearance.
I see. Yes, and by the way, the US hasn't still commented on this scandal. If Ryan Fogle is a CIA spy, what does it tell us about their standards?
Well, spies are very effective until they get discovered. Then there's huge embarrassment. The embarrassment, remember that Secretary of State John Kerry is currently meeting Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, and this is going to be a most embarrassing encounter as far as the Americans are concerned. Lavrov will have a smile on his face, a smile he didn't have when the suburban spies like Anna Chapman and Christopher Metsos and the others were discovered 3 years ago, you know, the illegals operating in America. What I think is, as I say, it is 1 to the Russians, the FSB, 0 to the Americans.
I see.
He has been declared persona non grata. He will be removed back to the United States, and another CIA officer will replace him.
Right, and Russia and the Russian Foreign Ministry in particular has once again stressed its disappointment over the scandal. What political impact is it likely to have there?
Very little indeed. Remember, President Putin, for many, many years, both as a KGB intelligence officer in the former GDR and then as head of the FSB, is absolutely wedded to the Russian security services. He is surrounded by the Siloviki. He encourages his people all of the time. There's a little, it used to be described by Kipling, espionage as the great game. Well, in this particular instance, Russia has scored, America has lost. But make no bones about it, there will be a few ripples at the moment, and before we know it, relations will be back to normal. And as I say, the CIA will replace with another intelligence officer, and the game will continue.